We will be starting the meeting shortly. Thank you. We are ready to start the meeting.
Call to order the meeting of the Planning Commission of the City of Santa Clara, starting at 6:04. Okay. Would everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and then remain standing for the Statement of Values? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
and liberty and justice for all.
and please remain standing.
As we gather, we humbly seek blessings upon this meeting. May we act with courage, strength, and will to perform our obligations and duties to our people with justice to all. Let us seek wisdom so that we may act in the best interest of our people, our neighbors, and our country. All this we ask so we may serve our community with fairness and respect, putting their needs before all.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. Elizabeth, please call the roll.
Commissioner Bhatnagar. Present. Commissioner Biagini.
Here.
Commissioner Cherukuru.
Here.
Commissioner Wang.
Here.
Commissioner Buza.
Here.
Commissioner Salame.
Here.
Chair Crutchlow.
Here.
Thank you.
So Secretary Cherukuru, could you read the Declaration of Commission Procedures?
Sure. Public hearings are conducted by the chair in accordance with the following procedures. The chair of the commission directs all activity during the hearings. All comments shall be addressed to the commission. Any item on this agenda may be continued to a subsequent hearing. Applicants will be allotted up to 10 minutes to present and justify proposals. Following staff presentation of the item, other speakers will be given up to 2 minutes. The applicant is allocated up to 5 minutes for rebuttal or comments. No additional comments will be accepted upon the close of the public hearing, although the commission reserves the right to direct questions to any speaker on any matter. Special procedures, time limits may be applied to any items as prescribed by the chair. Appeal of commission actions must be filed in writing within 7 calendar days. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Copies of the current agenda and staff reports for each of the items on the agenda are available from the Planning Division office on the Friday afternoon preceding the meeting and available online. Continuances and exceptions. This part of the meeting allows for applicants, members of the public, or other interested parties to request an item be 1, continued without hearing, 2, withdrawn, or 3, taken out of order. Are there any requests from applicants, the public, or the commission for a continuance or exception for any items on tonight's agenda?
No, we do not have any requests.
Thank you very much. Okay. So on the consent calendar, there's one item on the consent calendar today. Secretary Chair Kuru, would you please read the procedure for the consent calendar?
The procedure for the consent calendar is as follows. Consent calendar items may be enacted, approved, or adopted by one motion unless requested to be removed by anyone for discussion or explanation. If any member of the Planning Commission, staff, the applicant, or a member of the public wishes to comment on a consent calendar item or would like the item to be heard on the regular agenda, please make this request now. Items listed today on tonight's consent calendar with associated file number do constitute public hearing items. Today's one item only, 1A, Planning Commission meeting minutes of January 14, 2026.
Now, this is where we start public presentation. We want to just vote on the minutes and then go to the break?
Then we're going to go to public presentations after the consent calendar, then we're going to take a break.
All right.
I move that we approve the Planning Commission meeting minutes of January 14, 2026. Priya Chirkru.
I will abstain. I was not here in January.
Second.
Vote.
Go ahead and cast your vote, please. And thank you, the motion passed.
Okay, so the public presentations?
Yes.
Do we want to take a?
No, after.
After, okay. Are there any members of the public that would like to briefly address the commission on any item not on the agenda?
We do not have any hands raised or anyone in the chambers requesting to make a presentation.
Okay, moving on to the public hearing.
We are going to go ahead and take a break at this point.
Okay, we'll take, how long of a break do we need?
A 10-minute break would be great.
Okay, break for 10 minutes.
Why a break?
We have a few items that we need to prepare for the rest of the night. So we're just technically getting some stuff started. That's why we're taking such an immediate break.
Unmute and see if the translator.
You are muted. I cannot hear you.
Chat. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Very hard. Yes.
Is it possible for you to give us a phone number and for us to have the person call you on the phone so you can just translate to them via phone? Yeah.
Oh, I see.
And maybe you could just hold your phone number up to me on the screen so I don't like it doesn't get broadcast.
816.
Okay. Just hold it up on a piece of paper for me.
Hold on. I cannot write it on the chat, huh?
Yeah, we don't have a chat enabled, unfortunately. That's our problem.
I see.
A little closer. A little bit closer. Okay. Okay, got it. Thank you. Perfect. I'm going to have them call you. And then that way they can hear you directly and it won't get all messed up with all the conversation going back and forth so they can hear you better.
Okay.
Okay, 1 minute.
so this item, let's see, we're going to start with item 2.
那现在开始项目
Okay, so I want to preface a few things here. We're having a translator here.
我要准备一下哈，我们今天有翻译。
And so number one, I want to remind everybody, please use your microphones so that the translator can hear you.
就是每个人说话的时候呢，就用那个麦克风哈，
And speak slowly.
要讲的慢。
And if the translator has any problems with hearing or, the Zoom or anything,
翻译没有办法听到清楚的话，
please let us know and we'll stop and we'll go back.
请告诉我们我们可以回去。
Any questions from staff or planning commission?
工作人员或者是委员会有没有什么问题？
Okay, thank you.
好的，谢谢。
Action on an appeal, PLN 25-00562.
0056762
Of the Community Development Director's denial of a zoning clearance.
社区主任呢拒批这个分化
PZC 25-00381.
00381
For a smoke shop located at 770
是一个烟草店，是在777
Kylie Boulevard.
Kylie Boulevard。
Okay, staff, do you have a presentation?
工作人员，你们有什么要分享的吗？
Through the chair, if I may, do you want to ask about ex parte communications?
So,
关这个通讯方面的问题。
so when I read about the appeal tonight, I did go to the store
看了那个上诉书，
to
去了那个店铺，
to look at it. I did not talk to anybody regarding tonight's topic,
那个店铺我没有跟任何人交谈，
and that's all I did.
我就去了一趟，就这样。
Does anybody else have any? No? Okay.
I also went to the
有没有
store.
谁要说或什么的？
Commissioner Buza?
Yes, I also went by the store to look at the store and the location.
说，我也是，就是去过这个店。
Okay. So staff presentation?
我们开始吗？
Yes, good evening, Commissioners. Tracy Tam, Associate Planner.
我是策划副总监，副策划师 Tracy Tam。
The request before you tonight is an action on an appeal of the Community Development Director's denial
社区主管拒批
of a zoning clearance for a smoke shop
分化批准有关这个烟草店
located at 770 Kylie Boulevard.
170 Kelly Boulevard 的烟草店。
The project site is located
单位的地点是在
roughly at the intersection of Homestead Road and Kylie Boulevard.
大概是在Homestead Road 跟 Kelly Boulevard 的交叉点。
As noted on the map, you see that it is located
你会看到是它的位置
within a commercial area surrounded by
商业区，
single-family residential
就是单一的住宅区
to the south
啊，
and to
是
the
在
west.
南部跟北部哈，都是围绕着这个地方。
The general plan designation is neighborhood mixed use,
我们这个区呢，主要的是给邻里混合使用的用途。
and the zoning district is mixed use neighborhood commercial.
这个分区呢，就是混合使用邻里商业区。
To give a little bit of background,
给你一点点的背景，有关这个区。
prior to 2024,
24年之前呢，
the zoning code stated
这个法典呢，
that pipe and tobacco shops
烟馆和烟草店铺
were not allowed in
是不
the
容许的，
neighborhood commercial zoning district.
是不能在邻里商业区。
In February of 24,
在2月2024年，
the city undertook a comprehensive zoning code update
就是更新了一个分区的法典，还有就是分区的许可证是需要的。
and as part of that update,
这个更新呢，
a zoning clearance from the planning division was required.
这一个区呢是需要分区许可证的。
prior to obtaining a business license.
然后这一个许可证呢是在营业许可证获取之后需要的一个许可证。
In July of 2024,
在7月2024年，
the zoning district for the subject property
分区这个分区的区域呢，
was changed from neighborhood commercial
就改为就是从商业邻里区域改为
to mixed use neighborhood commercial.
改为混合用途社区商业区。
And so during this July 2024 update,
在这个7月2024年更新的这段时间呢，
to the zoning code, a pipe and tobacco shops were no longer allowed in any zoning district.
有关烟馆、烟草的店商业呢，已经是不容许在这一个区域进行了。
In June of last year,
去年6月2025年，
the city undertook a second cleanup to the zoning code,
市政府呢进行了一个第2次的清理法令，
which was adopted by council.
这个呢是由委员会处理的。
As part of that update,
这个更新呢，
a definition for smoke shops was added to the zoning code,
这个烟草店的定义呢，添加在这一个分割法律上面。
and smoke shops were added as a listed use.
So 草烟店呢，就放在这个名单使用上。
but they are not allowed in mixed-use neighborhood commercial zoning district.
草烟店就不容许在混合社区的那个区域进行营业。
But they are conditionally permitted in the 4 zones you see on the screen.
但是他们在某个条件，满足的情况下，这4个区域是可以进行营业的。
I do want to make a correction to the staff report.
我需要更改有关工作人员的报告。
To note that smoke shops are not allowed in R6.
就是注明呢，就是草烟店呢是不能够在 RS 区进行的。
A bit more background for you all.
还有更多的背景要分享的。
In May of last year, an application for a business tax certificate was submitted to the finance department.
2025年呢，2025年去年5月呢，就是商业税证书的申请书被递交上去。
And as a reminder, the last cleanup ordinance for the zoning code was adopted in June of last year.
想提醒一下，这个分区的法典呢，是在6月2025年开始进行的。
In September of last year, planning staff
9月2025年。
informed the applicant that a smoke shop is prohibited.
就是策划委员会呢告知申请者，烟草店呢是被禁止的。
At the subject site.
在这一个区域上面是被禁止的。
Through conversations with the applicant,
和申请者的交谈呢，
staff suggested the approach of filing
工作人员呢就建议
for zoning clearance for a convenience store
建议申请者呢可以申请便利店的分区许可证。
with ancillary tobacco sales.
而另外是便利许可证呢，是可以就是附加销售烟草的。
Therefore, the application for zoning clearance
所以呢这个申请有关这个区域的申请呢，
was filed in October of last year.
就被递交上去，时间是在10月2025年。
Shortly thereafter, the applicant
申请者交上了这个申请表之后不久，
informed staff of their intention to operate a smoke shop.
申请者告知工作人员，他想要经营烟草店的营业。
As the smoke shop is prohibited at the project site,
因为这个计划呢，烟草店的营业是不容许的，
staff could not approve the zoning clearance application.
所以 工作人员没有批准这份申请书。
In December of last year, the,
在12月2025年，
the applicant requested a formal written denial
申请者呢要求了一份正式的书面拒批信。
of the zoning clearance for a smoke shop.
拒批信是有关烟草店申请分区的许可证。
As noted, a smoke shop is not permitted
刚才所说了，烟草店是被禁止，
in the mixed-use neighborhood commercial zoning district.
是在混合用途社区商业区是被禁止营业的。
And the city code definition of a smoke shop
是法典给予烟草店的定义是
is provided on the screen.
已经在荧幕上与你们分享了。
The general plan designation is neighborhood mixed use.
这个大众的计划呢，是这个邻里呢是混合用途的。
And this designation is intended for pedestrian-oriented development
这个呢是给路人发展，
with a focus on ground-level neighborhood-serving retail uses.
然后是给邻里呢使用。
Properties with this general plan land use designation
这一个地产呢使用
are generally located
通常是位于
near single-family residential.
在单一的住宅区。
City staff sent a notice of tonight's hearing at a 300-foot notice radius
市政府工作人员发了通知给所有在300尺以内的业主跟住户。
and staff received one public comment in opposition of the smoke shop.
我们收到一项公共意见，有关反对这项申请。
The public comment is included in your packets tonight.
公共意见呢，已经包括在今天的文件夹上。
The California Environmental Quality Act
加州环境质量法令呢，
does not apply to projects that are disapproved.
这个跟拒批的项目呢是没有相连的关系。
As noted in CEQA Guidelines Section 15270.
根据 CEQA 的那一个指引第15270条。
Staff recommends that the Planning Commission
建议
determine that the project is not subject to CEQA
工作人员的提议决定 这个单位呢是不受 CEQA 的那个规条约束。
CEQA Guidelines Section 15270.
这个 CEQA 规则第15270。
And affirm the Community Development Director's decision
并且确信社区发展主任具批的决定，
in denying the zoning clearance for a smoke shop.
有关具批分区许可烟草店的决定。
And this concludes staff's presentation.
Thank you, staff. Any questions for
工作
staff?
人员报告完毕，有没有任何工作人员要补充的？
Commissioner Biagini?
Mr. G.
Staff, as I understand it,
工作人员，据我所知，
the July-August 2024 timeframe
有关7月到8月的2020年的那一段时间呢，
was when the zone was changed to mixed-use neighborhood commercial?
那一段时间据我所知是区域呢是转为混合社区邻里区域。
I'm struggling to be clear about this.
所以在这一个点上呢，我想了解清楚。
Was there any point in time from the July-August 2024 timeframe
在7月到8月这段时间呢，是否
up until today, was any of the updates or changes, did any of them authorize smoke shops in the MUNC zone?
在这一段时间，7月2024年直到今天，有没有任何的工作人员呢授权或者是批准烟草店的经营？
No.
No?
没有。
And it's still an MURC zone?
现在还是属于 MUNC 的区域吗？
The zoning district is MUNC.
是这个区域呢是属于 MUNC， 就是混合用途商业社区的区域。
Another question.
还有另外一个问题，
Let's see, how can I say this? Was it a requirement back in early 2025
在2025年初的时候，有没有
that you had to get a zoning clearance before you got a business tax certificate?
有没有一个就是规定呢？你申请者必须要获得分区许可证后，才获得商业许可证呢？
And has that been a recent change?
请问这是最近才更改的吗？
The requirement for a zoning clearance
有关这个分区许可证的要求呢？
Would staff repeat that answer,
Could you
please?
speak up?
工
Staff.
作人员，你可以讲大声一点吗？
The zoning clearance was required in 2024.
分区许可证呢是 在2024年要求有的。
Before a business tax certificate, right?
Correct.
先确定是在商业税证书之前需要获得是吗？是的。
The zoning clearance was required in 2024, and it was new at that time.
And what at that time?
这个
Can't hear you, Dan. You need to speak up.
许可证在2024年的时候就已经需要申请了，当时候这一个是新的要求。
The zoning clearance was required in 2024 before obtaining a business tax certificate.
Okay, thank you. That's all my questions for now.
在2024年的时候，分区许可证是需要先申请，然后再获得商业税证书。谢谢。这个
Commissioner Cherikou?
In our ordinance, do we have a distance to the nearest school?
有关那个法令有没有说离开学校的距离是多远？
Could you clarify if that is for a distance requirement for smoke shops?
For a smoke shop, correct.
你可以澄清一下吗？
Our zoning code does not have a distance requirement from smoke shops to schools.
Thank you.
这个分区许可证呢，里面没有说明烟草店和学校或者是校区的距离要求。谢谢。
Any other questions from,
Yeah, I got
还有
something.
没有其他的问题？
Can we have staff speak up a little bit so we can hear you? You know, clear, speak up. So I missed the last one that you said, the last part that you said.
工作人员，你可以讲大声一点吗？这样我们大家都能听到您说话。
So can you-
Repeat,
can you just
repeat what you said before.
regarding the ordinance?
有关这个法令呢，就是你刚才所说的那个法令呢，你可以再重复刚你说的吗？
A zoning clearance was required in 2024 prior to the issuance of a business tax certificate.
就是有关这个法令呢条规呢在2024年分区许可证是需要被批准后才发这个营业税证书。
We good? Thank you, staff. Any other,
还有其他的？
anyone else have questions? No?
没有任何人有其他的问题？
Thank you very much for the presentation, and thank you, translator.
是谢谢的分享，谢谢翻译。
Okay, so now for the appellant presentation.
现在请上诉人陈述。
So we will now move to the appellant, Wu.
现在请上诉人陈述。
Hold on. Hold
Just one moment, please.
one moment.
请等一下。
Appellant requested the services of an interpreter who is present online.
One moment. We will be providing you 20 minutes to speak, which is double the time of the normal 10 minutes due to the translation.
由于翻译的关系，我们会给你20分钟的时间，因为通常是10分钟的时间，给你陈述你的上诉。
Thank you.
谢谢。
You may begin.
So,
你可以开始了。
good, good evening. My name is Xiang Qingwu. So, 我是本案的上诉人，案件号是 PZC25003881。
I am the applicant of this appeal. The file number is PZC25-00381.
第二页就是申请是2025年4月份提交的，然后OK。
I submit the application in April of 2025,
早于7月份条款的修改。
which is prior to the changes of the codes in July, the main ordinance.
拒绝决定是在12月份做出的。
So specifically, the decision of the application was made in December 2025,
并且依据的是修改后的条例。
which that time it was after the ordinance amended.
然后第3页，
Page 3.
就是修订的条例在没有任何过分分析的情况下就被应用到我的待审申请上。
The interpreter require repetition. 你可以再讲一遍吗？
哦
没有在什么
，OK。
没有在什么？
修订的条款在没有任何过分分析的情况下就被应用到我的待审申请上。
Yeah, the amended ordinance was applied to my situation in a very, I guess, it's not applicable way.
在申请之前，我拜访了3次规划办公室。
Prior to that, I visited the ordinance office 3 times.
并告知不需要 CUP。
And I was informed that I don't need the CUP.
为了避免任何误会，我再次发送 email 跟进。
In order to avoid any misunderstanding, I follow up again.
我直到现在都没有收到任何回复。
And up until now, I still have not received any response.
然后第4页，
Page 4.
我想说明这次上诉关注的是时间和程序问题。
Yeah, the point that I want to make is the appeal that I made this time, it is about the timing and the process of the application.
并不是对城市政策的挑战。
I do not mean to challenge the city policy.
我也没有任何 请求任何例外或特殊对待。
Yeah, I'm here not to request any special treatment from the city,
特殊对待。
special treatment from the city.
第5页，
Page 5.
我请求，该申请，按照当时有效的法规进行审查。
I would like to request the party to review according to the effect of the regulation at that time.
Thank you.
Is that the end of the presentation?
你的陈述完毕了吗？
完毕。
Yes,
Thank you.
谢
All right.
谢。
Are there any questions from the commission for the appellant?
请问委员会有没有任何问题要问上诉人？
Commissioner Biagini?
Respectfully, you have said you received no communication from the city?
你说市政府没有回复你的要求？
我去了3次现场，然后他们，我反复了咨询了他们，我怕我的英文不好，所以我就再次跟他们确认，还带着我的朋友一起去的。他们没有要求我，需要，他们只是告诉我需要营业执照就可以。
Yeah, so because I went to the office in person 3 times, and then because I was concerned my English is not good enough, I double confirm again, and I actually also brought a friend with me to make sure that all I needed at that time is a business certificate.
So I'm a little confused. Did you ever get a formal written denial letter on the planning application in December of 2025?
Yeah, 我有一点就是混惑啊，就是说你有没有在2025年的时候这个策划委员会呢给了你一个正式的那个具批书，你有收到吗
2025年7月份我没有收到任何具批书。
？Yeah, I did not receive any denial letter in July 2025.
No, December 20. Do not apologize for your English. You have a good interpreter. I meant denial in December of 2025.
Yeah, 你的英文很好哈，我的意思是说，你有没有收到具批书？是在12月2025年，你有收到具批的一份书通知书吗？
具批信是我要求他们给我具批信，他们后来才给我具体的时间，我可以看一下。
Yeah, they did not send me the letter of denial. I have to request them to send me a copy.
Oh,
I have to
okay.
Specifically, when I receive the letter, I need to look it up.
I just wanted to make sure that you eventually did get one, but it was after you requested in December? Is that
我
correct?
只是要确定一下，就是说你最后有收到那个拒批书，但是是在12月之后吗？
对，我是12月15号2025年收到的拒批信。
Yes, I received the letter of denial on December 15, 2025.
Thank you. I wanted to make sure that you did get one, but it wasn't until after you asked in December of 2025.
呀，谢谢。我刚才是要确定你有收到一份拒批书，拒批通知书，但是你收到的时候是在12月25号，2025年，是你要求的情况下你才收到的。
Yes, correct.
Okay. One more question.
还有一个问题要问你。
I understand a few things. First, I'll go slow. Staff suggested you modify the business from a smoke shop to a convenience store, correct, in October of 2025?
有几项我要核对的哈，就是证实一下是在10月2025年呢，工作人员呢建议你把烟草店改为便利店，是吗？在10月2025年。
Yes,
Correct.
correct. Yes.
Yes, okay. And you did submit a proposed floor plan, but you changed your mind October to do a smoke shop and not a convenience store after all, correct?
到时候呢，你是提交了一份拟建的平面图，但是之后呢，在10月份2025年的时候，你改变了主意你要就是开这个烟草店，是吗？
Yes, correct. 因为我觉得就是，我觉得我整个过程没有做错。
Yes, I think the whole process that I'm going through this process, I don't think I make any mistake. I didn't do anything wrong.
Thank you. May I ask why you started with smoke shop, you changed to convenience store, and then you changed back to smoke shop? May I ask why?
我想问一下，就是烟草，你刚开始的时候你是要开设这个烟草店，然后你就改为便利店，然后又改为烟草店，这个改变的原因何在？
因为是他们 City 就是指引我要我改便利店，后来我感觉好像不太对，因为我在整个过程中都没有做错任何事，我就觉得我不应该这样去做。
Yeah, so because the city suggested me and wanted me to change it to the convenience store, but later on I felt like something is not right. I didn't do anything wrong, so that's why I changed it back.
Okay. I was going to say thank you, but maybe she wants to add something.
你要补充什么呢？
Oh, also
Hold on, if you want to come up and help, you're welcome to come up.
Yeah.
你如果要上来协助他的话，你可以上
I
来。
want her to feel good she has everything she needs to say.
好的，那个我就想跟他提醒他说，就是他还曾经发过邮件，直接给他们发过邮件，问他们就是可不可以那个就是是不是这个地方可以开烟店？结果没有收到回复，我们没有收到任何回复，是不是这个对吧？
Yeah, the interpreter require clarification，你说发邮件是电子邮件啊？
email。
Okay, 谢谢。Yeah, I would like to remind you, which is the appellant, that you send them email. You actually ask them, is it permitted to open the smoke store at this site? And you did not get a reply.
Okay,
Now then,
thank you.
谢谢。
This was October of 2025?
这个是在10月2025年吗
我是
？No.
4月份的时候就email 给他们，也当面也咨询了3次。
No, that was when in April I sent the email, and also in April I talked to them in person, face to face, 3 times.
Thank you.
谢谢。
Any other questions from commissioners? Commissioner Wong?
还有没有什么问题要问的委员会？
May I speak in Mandarin or I have to speak in English?
Go ahead in Mandarin, and then if you want to translate your own words for,
She
well,
can translate you too.
Okay.
no. So if you want to translate your own words, fine, but the appellant still has the translator. Would that be okay, or?
Through the chair, if I may, if you want to speak in Mandarin, I just recommend that the translator translate it.
Got it. Okay, so go ahead and do it in Mandarin. The translator will translate your words.
Okay. So, 哎，你好，就是你提到是2025年4月份你送了 email 给 City， 但是没有收到回复，是吧？
对。
Yeah, you mentioned that in April 2025 you sent email to the city but no reply, correct? Yes.
你送 email 的时候也没有收到，就是说 email 地址不对这种。
Did you receive any, I guess it's email that the email address may not be correct or wrong address or something?
我有证据。
哦，谢谢。
I have a proof, can show you.
OK，另外就是City 建议你就是把它变成一个便利店，就是对你来说就是你觉得不合适，所以就没有做这方面努力，是吗？
我也没有说不合适，只是觉得我本来开的烟店，就是因为他们导致我现在不能开不成，或者说如果他们开始的时候给我一个正确的指导的话，我可能就不会在那里开，也不会进行投资。
好，谢谢。可以。
Yeah, so the city suggested you to change it to convenience store, and you think it is not appropriate. That's why you didn't make effort to further this to further pursue it, right? No, it's not. I guess it's my original plan is to open a smoke shop, but it ended up right now I am unable to open it. If at the very beginning the process I was given a clear answer that I'm not permitted, then I will not have to spend so much time and investment onto this matter.
而且，如果是开便利店的话，可能会对附近的其他商店有些有重复。
And also, open the convenience store may replicate, some of the businesses adjacent that area.
Translator, can you repeat that last interpretation?
Also, opening a convenience store may replicate
Okay.
the similar business that is around that area.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Done. Any other questions?
还有没有其他的问题要提问的？
Mr. Chair Kua?
When you applied for the business license, did you
申请这个商业证的时候，
did you apply for a smoke shop specifically or just a retail store license?
当时候呢，你申请这个商业证的时候呢，你是主要是具体是申请开这个烟草店的那个商业证呢，还是零售的许可就是零售的许可证？
我是主要是烟草证，当然零售证我也需要，但是我是在烟草局上面申请的。
Yeah, specifically is the smoke shop, for the smoke shop, but I also need the retail license, but I apply it at the retail agency.
I'm sorry, I don't know if that explicitly answered.
我不知道你是不是就是明确的回答我的问题。
OK，
What
我当
does
时
what does your license specifically give you approval for?
想问一下，就是说你的那个许可证这个执照呢，它是批准你做什么营业的
tobacco。
？Tobacco。
City staff, do we have the copy of that business permit?
请问市政府，你们有没有一份这个营业执照？
The city has not issued her a business license.
市政府没有颁发任何的营业执照给他。
Applicant, can you submit proof of your business license to this commission?
上诉人，你可以提供这个营业执照的证书呢？
Thank you.
谢谢。
Through the chair, if I may ask, is this information that's in the in our packet today?
我想问一下，这个信息呢，这些资料是不是在那个文件夹里面呢？
I'd ask that we take a brief recess just to make sure we have copies of this for everyone.
我想请大家就是休息的一段短时间确保所有的人呢都有这一份信息。
Okay, we'll take a brief recess to review the document. Thank you.
我们会休息片刻然后可以看一下这份信息，谢谢。
Let's see if we can get photo. Yes, I'll go photocopy it. Yeah.
我会
You don't need to run all the way back to planning.
等一下回来。
back in session.
Can I pick up?
So where we, go ahead, translator, can you hear us?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
So we're going to continue with Commissioner Chericu's questions.
我们会继续听哲库先生的问题。
Did you get a translation of this application with anybody? When you submitted, did you get help reading this?
有关这个申请表呢，你有没有就是翻译申请表的内容呢？有没有找人翻译？就是了解一下那个申请表的内容。
Turn it, yeah.
了解。
Understood.
No, I'm asking a question. Did she get help in reading and reviewing what this paper says?
我的意思是说，有关这张纸呢，你拿到的时候，因为是英文版的，你有没有就是找人帮忙就是了解一下这个里面的内容是说什么的？
我看过，了解过。
Yeah, I read it. I understand.
Okay. Do you see the first line on top that says, "Thank you for your submission"? You will receive an email notification once your request has been processed.
So 大致上这里是写谢谢你提交这个申请处理你的申请处理后呢，你会收到电子邮件。
我收到了你电子邮件。
Yeah, I received an email.
And where is the, so this is your submission. This is your submission to the city. Did you get the approval back from the city?
So 这一份呢是你提交的申请，就是提交给市政府的申请。那你有没有获得市政府的批准？还是就是通知？
市政府是你说的 city 吗？还是
You mean
州政府？
You mean from the state or
City.
from the city?
It says City of Santa Clara.
就是 Santa Clara 市，就是市政府，有收到吗？市政府。
没有收到，我要收到的我就不在这里继续上诉了。
Yeah, no, I have not received it. If I receive it, I won't be here appealing my application.
Sorry, could you repeat?
I have not received it. If I will receive the application, I wouldn't have be here to
No.
appealing in front of you.
There are two parts to your process. Two parts.
这个流程呢有2个部分哈。
One is the business license.
第一个部分呢是商业执照。
The second is the land use itself.
然后第2个部分呢就是土地用途的这个部分。
So your first one, you did not receive an approval on your business license.
So 第1个部分呢就是商业执照，你没有收到批准，有关你的商业执照的申请。
我没有收到商业执照的原因，是因为你们在这个规划部门没有正确的引导下。
Yeah, I did not receive the business license because of misleading from the planning committee.
No. So the city business license unit is different from the planning, land use. So I'm talking only about your business license. I'll come to your land use.
Yeah，所以这个他们分开的，就是市政府呢负责营业执照的，跟土地用途的这两个是不同的。
I think beginning I really clarify. I went to this department 3 times. Also, I emailed them. So them say I only need business license. Never talk about land license.
Okay. Okay. When did you apply for this?
April.
2025.
Yes, correct.
We are almost a year later. Did you follow up with the business license?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you do understand. Okay, and what did they tell you when you went for your business license? Not your land use, not the planning department, your business license.
他们就是当你申请这个商业执照的时候，他们告诉你什么？他们怎么跟你说呢？现在不是说土地使用的那个申请哦，我只是说商业执照的那个申请，他们怎么跟你说？
他们给我发了邮件，让我等待。
They sent me an email and asked me to wait.
Okay, so I just want you to understand, you do not have a business license.
Through the chair, if I may, I just want to remind everyone this is clarifying questions portion of the evening.
Okay, thank you so much. Question to appellant, are you the landlord or just a representative of the LLC?
所以你是没有拿到那个商业的那个执照哦。请问我确定一下，你是就是这个土地的业主吗？还是说你是代表就是 LLC 的一个代表？
我就是我租的这个店铺啊。
I ran this shop.
Okay, are you able to translate? Is she owner of the land? Is she the landlord or is she a business operator only?
他问
So 我想问你是业主吗？这个土地是属于你的吗？还是你只是用这个地方来经营你的营业？
我只是经营营业，不是地不是
租的，房子是租的，
for rent。
不是 landlord， 我们是租的房子。
你就讲英文了。
哦 we are renting the property, not the landlord.
Okay, okay. Thank you for answering.
Commissioner Salim?
Council chamber is muted. I cannot hear.
So staff, can we make sure that the translator is unmuted because they can't hear?
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, can you hear now?
Yes, now I can hear. Thank you.
Was there anything you had missed?
I think after the gentleman.
Okay, so what I had said is Commissioner Salim at the end has some questions.
So 委员会他还有一些问题要问你哈。
Actually, it's less question than clarification.
Go ahead.
是要澄清一些事情哈，不是问题。
Okay, I went to the website for the business, and it's 100% smoke shop. Okay, there's no tobacco, it's a vaping and bong shop. Okay, just for clarification.
Well, is that a question?
It's not a question, that was for Commissioner Biagini's comments. It helps to understand. Okay, I have a question. Could the
Yeah, hold on,
applicant,
1 second. So translator, did you hear all that? Because I want to make sure we're not missing. Could you just
Okay.
repeat it as a question, please?
I'll direct it as a question.
Website for the business, and then you say it's 100% smoke shop, and then what?
And there's no tobacco, it's only vaping and bong use equipment.
Yeah, 所以我去了你的这个商业的网站，这是100%是烟草店哦，但是没有任何的烟草制品，只是就是电子烟啊，或者是之类的那些产品，是没有卖就是烟草之类的制品。
Okay. So the question for the applicant is, was there any, well, I have to re-ask it. When did it actually start operation when the paperwork hadn't been complete?
Yeah, so 请问你的营业是几时开始就是进行的？即使是当时候你还没有拿到就是需要的那些纸张，你是几时开始营业的
6月份。
？6月份 June。
That's it. It's really, I'll just leave it at that. That's,
So, can I, sorry, I was trying to understand him.
Does the applicant, appellant, understand that there's a question? Did you hear the question for you?
What was the last question? Oh, sorry.
I'll try again.
What was the
When
last-
did she start engaging in business when all of the paperwork hadn't been complete? When did she start satisfying orders?
In other words, when was the shop open for business?
Yeah, that's a simple way to put it. Thank you.
Yeah, 他是想问你，因为这些纸张还没有完全就是办妥的情况之下呢，你是几时开始营业的
6月份。
？June, the month of June.
So you operated a business without a city business license and without a land use approval to operate a smoke shop / convenience store.
Yeah, 就是说你进行那个营业的时候，你是没有这个市政府给的那个营业执照的情况下，另外土地用途的批准还未批准的情况下，你进行营业，是吗？
Can you hold on before you respond to this?
好，你可以想一想，你再回答。
Why don't we take a pause in the public hearing?
Okay, take,
我们现在休息一下哈，那个公开听证会休息一下，
you'll take just a short recess. Thank you.
就是短暂的休息。
Isn't it code enforcement?
抱歉，我们需要一点时间，就是厘清一些事。
Everybody ready? Okay, good.
So question, thank you. Question, did you operate your business before receiving approval?
在还没有批准的情况下，你是否经营你的营业？
当时情况是这样子的，就是当时，城市规划局说让我只需要申请，City Santa Clara 的 business， 然后我就一直等，后来等到6月份，那个消防部门过来检查我的证件的时候，他就说我遗漏掉了那个 City 的证，然后我就跑到 City 这个。问我的证的情况，我后来才知道，是这样的一个情况。
Yeah, so at that time the situation is like that. The city, I applied for the city Santa Clara business license. They asked me to wait, and then
No, not wait. The planning say, I just applied the business license. Just don't need to do anything, and I just wait into June. I think it's June or July. And the fire department come to my store, check license, and them say I'm missing one license, is a city license. So this is why I went to the city. Why I'm missing the one City Clara license. So this is why. I opened the business like June or June, I think it's June.
When did you apply for your land use?
使用的申请是在几时申请的？提交的？
I don't know. I need to apply the land use because the department never told me.
Okay.
I think because I asked you 3 times and emailed them. So.
Okay.
Understood, and I understand. And thank you for being here. We are just trying to get facts.
Good question.
我们明白谢谢你今天的到来。我们只是要说起一些事实。
Commissioner Bouza?
Yes, I have a question. Thank you. How you went ahead and opened the business and started selling products? Is that correct?
Can you repeat the question again?
Yes.
Through the chair, if I may, just clarify something. Right now, we are determining whether or not the director's decision to deny the permit application was accurate, and the information that is being sought is enough for whatever you need to determine whether or not that director's determination was accurate. So we're looking at the facts on whether or not the permit should or should not have been issued.
Thank you so much for making that clear, but I have a question. How did you get a resale license, an SRG license to sell products?
The interpreter does not understand the question. How do you?
How did you get a resale license from the state of California, the State of Equalization Board, to sell products if you did not have a business license?
如果你没有那个商业执照的话呢，那你怎么样能够拿到这个就是从销售证书产品这 销售的那个执照，就是
嗯
能够销售
我
产品的执照。
I have a California department and a sales permit and retail license and a tobacco license.
So, but you didn't have a business license to show them then?
I saw I got it because planning department say I just need to apply the business license. So
Okay, so let's just make sure we're focused on what questions we're trying to ask here. So, as council had stated, do we have the information we need based on what we're trying to do here with the commission and the city for, the proper permits and such were issued? Okay? And if you want to clarify some more, are you okay? No, hold on,
Chair.
before I go too far, translator, did you understand what I was saying?
Can you repeat? I thought you were talking to among each other.
I do, but I want to make sure the applicant knows what we're saying. So I just want to make sure that the commission understands what information we're trying to get in order to look at this appeal and keep it focused on that. And it's the commission that I'm talking about, not anything the appellant has said.
So 他们现在目前现在呢，他们要获得的一些信息呢，是要让那个 commission 本身怎么样去处理你的那个上诉的申请哈。
Okay, so any more questions for the appellant? Okay. Commissioner Salim, and
I'm going to say
the
the
appellant,
question.
real quick, thank you very much for your patience.
thank you guys. Thank you.
No, hold on, please, I'm sorry, we still have some questions, but you're very patient.
还有问题要问哦。
Okay.
Commission 还有问题要问你。
I think my question is going to actually be directed at the city attorney, so I guess we can wait until close of presentation.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
我要提问的问题是要提问市政府律师的问题，可能我们可以待会再问吧。
Any other questions? No?
还有其他问题要问？
Okay, thank you very much. I know this has been very hard, and we're just trying to determine the facts here and make a fair judgment. So that's why we had a lot of questions. But thank you very much for your patience. So you may sit down.
谢谢你的耐心哈我们就是尽量获得越多的那个信息呢，这样我们能够做一个公平的就是决定哈就是那个判决你可以坐下来了，谢谢。
Okay, so at this time, we're going to move to public testimony. Each member of the public will have 2 minutes to speak, and I may allow a little bit more since obviously there's translation that needs to be accomplished. So, Elizabeth?
我们给就是公共作证哈每个人只能够说2分钟哈然后还有翻译。
We do not have any hands raised on Zoom. If you would like to come up to the podium and give me just a moment, you'll have 2 minutes to speak.
So what I would ask, please come forward and just speak slowly, and then try and not use any colloquialisms. We want to make sure that the interpreter understands and that the appellant understands what you're saying. Thank you.
所以请你来到讲台哈请不要说任何的俚语哈这样翻译才能够听得懂，然后上诉人才能够听得懂哈谢谢。
Just know you're going to have to stop at times for the translator.
I understand.
Thank you.
说的时候你要停一停哈让翻译说就是翻译。
Please, go ahead.
My name is. Go ahead. My name is Wasu Pillay.
我的名字叫 Wasu Play。
I've lived in the city of Santa Clara for 35 years.
我在Santa Clara 市住了35年。
I own the property at 2800 Homestead Road, which is a Arco AMPM convenience store, cigarette and liquor store.
Yeah, 我就是拥有的那个地产呢，房产呢是2800 Homestay 也就是阿口的那个油站 AMPM 也是就是卖酒精的。
The said business shares an easement behind my property.
然后 Set is 这个店呢是在我的产业的后面。
My issue with this is they have been operating a business for about 8 months now.
这个问题呢，就是他们营业呢，已经大概有6个月至8个月了。
You know, I have operated this business for 30 years, and the city is very, very good at noticing things. But what happened here?
Yeah， 所以我已经营业有30年了。很多时候市政府呢，他们都很对于这方面呢，就是非常的注意哈。
I paid over $6 million for this property.
然后在这个产业呢，我付了600万。
And 20 feet away from me, you have a smoke shop that sells cigarettes and all the other stuff.
然后大概20英尺，离我20英尺的地方呢，他们有那个烟草店。
I have nothing against the owners of this property.
有关这个产业呢，我并不就是想针对这个业主。
To date, they have been operating the business in a very responsible way. I have not noticed anything.
今天就是我看到的是，他们进行营业呢是在尽责的这种情况之下呢，就是进行他们的营业，我没有看到有任何的问题。
So I just want to say there is a big misunderstanding somewhere. The city people drive past there, the mayor drives past there.
可能就是说，在这一个问题上呢，可能就是有一个很大的误会哈，就是可能市政府忽视了一些东西还是市长忽视了一些问题
That's all I gotta say. The only issue here is it's a shame that I gotta speak against my neighbors. They are really my neighbors, and I'm standing here talking against them, which is not nice. I think it has a lot to do with the Planning Commission. Thank you. Any questions?
所以就是我在这里呢，不是说要就是批评我的邻里，我觉得这个问题本身呢是那个规划有委员会的问题谢谢。
No, we don't ask questions at public comment, but thank you for your time.
公共意见这一行呢，这个流程呢，我们不问问题不发提问。
Clerk, anyone else wants to speak?
还有谁要说话的吗？
Do we have any other speakers in the chambers? No, we do not.
委员会办公室有没有人要发问？没有。
And no speakers on Zoom.
在Zoom 的视频有没有谁要发问？没有。
Okay, so now to the rebuttal?
Yes.
Okay.
现在是驳回的程序。
So at this time, the appellant, Wu, if you want to take an opportunity to make a rebuttal, appellant requested the services of an interpreter who was present online and therefore will be allotted an additional time of up to 10 minutes.
现在呢就是驳回的这个程序你有10分钟的时间可以驳回刚才所发出的那些问题你可以使用翻译或者是不使用，10分钟。
No, I don't have it.
Okay, thank you very much.
好，谢谢。
Okay, I'll now return to staff. Is there anything you would want to clarify or add to the record?
工作人员，你们有没有任何要补充的？
No, and at this time, I'm just going to ask Commissioner Salim, you said you had a question for staff?
No, I think we need to close public hearing before we can chat
I'm
with
ready
them.
to make the motion.
要把这个公共听证这一个环节呢，就是关闭。
Motion for closed public hearing?
Motion to close public
关闭公共
discussion.
会这一个环节。
Second.
Debate.
Motion was made by Commissioner Biagini, seconded by Commissioner Wang.
Go ahead and cast your vote, please.
请投票。
Thank you.
谢谢。
Public comment is closed. Thank you.
Please translate.
关闭，关闭。
Okay. So the commission now deliberates and action, so we're going to go ahead and move to deliberations and any actions. So anybody want to speak? Mr. Salim?
Okay.
委员会现在要进入审议就是审议的这个环节。
Through the chair, and if I may, just this is the time when the translator will reach, or when our appellant will reach out to the translator, and we will no longer be doing live translation.
Thank you. So can you go?
So the interpreter will turn off the video and audio and then expect the phone.
And continue to translate for the appellant over the phone, correct?
Okay, do I need to make a call or they will call me?
She is calling you right now.
Okay, I'm waiting.
We want to keep that number private, so hold on a second.
I haven't received any phone call yet, just for your information.
Wait one second. It's coming.
Hello? Okay, yeah, right now I'm on the call with the appellant.
Thank you.
I'm going to mute, and
Yes, please. Mute. Okay, can the appellant hear the translator? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Ms. Wu?
Hang on.
You can hear okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Just want to confirm. Okay. So now any questions, comments?
Okay.
Mr. Salim?
So my question is kind of directly to the city attorney. I'm
Do
concerned.
me a favor, hold up. I got some comments people can't hear on Zoom or listening on TV, so please make sure.
Yeah, I will speak into the microphone. So I'm concerned that you've guided us that we needed to focus on the application, but is it appropriate for us to make rulings on an application for a business that is apparently operating outside of legal status?
So the decision before you tonight is whether or not you will, you agree with or you disagree with the director's decision on the application. So this is an appeal, and on appeal, according to the city's municipal code, or zoning code, actually, Your options are to affirm the determination that was made on the application, affirm in part, vacate, modify, or reverse the action. So that is what is being considered tonight.
That seems very strange, because if we are making a decision on the recommendation to deny something for a business, it helps us to realize whether that business is a valid business before we even make any judgments on it. If it is not operating in a valid way, then none of the decisions we make seems to be any way appropriate or applicable. So I'm questioning the legality of us making recommendations and decisions on something that has a more fundamental issue.
So to clarify, the director made a decision to deny the zoning clearance application. The appellant is here because they are appealing the decision of the denial. What's being considered tonight is whether or not the director's decision to deny the zoning clearance, you're going to affirm that decision, you're going to affirm in part, vacate, modify, or reverse that action.
I don't think repeating it helps. Yeah, I'm going to defer now to other commissioners, but I think I'm going to register my concern that the city is asking us to make a decision about something we shouldn't be making a decision about at all, period.
We're not making a decision on the
We're
application.
making a decision as to uphold an action from someone that is officially part of the city and asking us to either affirm or deny. If we affirm or deny, we are doing so outside of the scope of the business possibly being inappropriately running in the city in the first place, which seems completely contradictory to the purpose of the commission.
So what we're deciding tonight is an appeal. So an appeal is someone saying they disagree with the determination that was made by the planning director. And you are to consider whether or not, based on all the information presented tonight, you agree with that determination or you disagree with that determination.
Thank you.
Through the chair, if I might just help, legality versus process question, if I could separate the two. The director has received an application for allowing a land use and has denied it based on facts, evidence, zoning, whatever. The ability for us to take a decision is based on that application. Whether they are running it illegally is a different question, meaning that they have decided to operate while the land use application has still been in process. And that is outside the purview of the city staff at this time, if I understand what has happened, versus what is in front of us is there was an applicant, rental, decided to go apply for both a business license, was told that they needed or didn't need, and has made an application, and the application has been denied. The appeal is on the process that the information did not come timely as claimed by the appellant, versus the process that the city staff is saying it was timely, we did make a decision, and the decision was to deny based on zoning code.
And I would just add to that, this is a de novo decision, so you have the ability to decide whether or not the director was correct in making the determination based on all the information that's been presented tonight. You don't need to base it just on what the director used to make their decision.
And to be nice, de novo being Latin translates into what? Start again.
Try Chinese.
Correct?
Mandarin.
Going Latin, English, Mandarin. Yes.
The Latin-English translation of de novo.
To start again.
It's a brand new application.
It's a new application. It is starting anew, and I couldn't tell you exactly what that translation is off the top of my head, but from the beginning, thank you. And so you are deciding a blank slate based on everything presented before you tonight, whether or not a zoning clearance application was accurately denied in these circumstances. And yes, just to add to the question, sorry, I misunderstood what you were asking about whether or not this business is operating appropriately, that would be a code enforcement issue, and that's not the question that's being presented tonight.
Okay, thank you. Any other?
I have questions. Not clarifying.
Please.
The question for me, outside of the boundaries of this application, this is situated in a larger complex of the spa and the salon. Are they, is the city aware of the adjoining businesses? You do know that, and they're all legal? Okay. And when this application came, is there restrictions within a certain feet to operate the same type of business or not? Not, okay. Okay, so when we found out that the applicant, not the application, applicant has already started the business, did you know that they started the business?
I don't think we knew that they'd started the business, no.
But when they came to the application land use floor, did the applicant tell you that they were already operating a business?
No, they did not tell us they were already operating.
Okay, thank you for all the clarifications. That's all.
Any other questions?
Thank you, Commissioner. Chair. I have 3 questions and directed to staff. If you could just answer in yes or no, that will be very helpful. In the staff presentation, my understanding was that you have stated clearly that at this location, a smoke shop was not permitted since 2024, or a license would have been needed to operate at this location, correct?
So a zoning clearance is required since 2024 to, prior to the issuance of a business license, but a smoke shop was not permissible at this location.
Correct. Thank you. The second point then, the appellant's case that this appeal should be judged on the basis of the date of their application, therefore is irrelevant. Right? Because it was not permitted since 2024. Right? And therefore, that vacates all the premises, in my opinion, as to what's going on here. So thank you. I don't need to ask the third question. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Commissioner Wong?
Yeah, I noticed the city staff recommend the applicant to change that to a convenience store. At this point, I mean, I just assume if they change to the convenience store, is the city going to issue them the license, let them to run their business?
The applicant would have to make an application for a new zoning clearance, but a convenience store with ancillary tobacco sales is allowed at this location.
Okay, so then my understanding is if they change their original smoke store plan to a convenience store, they should be able to get the permit. Yes or no?
Yes, staff would issue that zoning clearance.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Biagini?
First, I really wanted to thank, I don't know how to say her name, the appellant, that she was very concerned about not challenging city policy, not getting special treatment, not trying to avoid regulations. Much appreciated. But what I have to keep coming back to is our decision here is about whether or not we agree, I guess that's one way of saying it, that the development director's decision to deny the zoning clearance was okay. And I have to keep coming back to, unless I'm missing something, in the beginning, the appellant was told no smoke shop. And from as far back as before all the confusion ever started, an MUNC zone does not allow for a smoke shop of this type. That's what I have to base my decision on, and I think it's kind of clear.
Any other?
Does the attorney want to correct me on something?
I want to clarify something, and I'm looking to staff because I wasn't involved in this process, but I do want to make sure that all the facts are correct.
Right.
So at one point in time, there was the zoning did not specify whether or not smoke shops were permitted or prohibited. And the strict prohibition on a smoke shop was added to this zoning designation, and I'm going to look to Leslie on when that actually happened.
That was prior to 2024.
Yeah, that's what I understood.
Correct, but uses not listed in our code are prohibited uses.
So in 2024, it did not specify whether or not a smoke shop was permitted or prohibited. And then in, I want to say it was 2025, is that correct? There was a zoning amendment to specifically prohibit a smoke shop in this zone. Is that accurate?
Correct.
That allowed for a smoke shop?
That specifically prohibited. So originally, the
that's my
zoning code did not specify, and in 2025, the zoning code was amended, and from what I understand, and I'll look to staff to correct me if I'm wrong, was a cleanup to specifically state that this type of use is prohibited in that zone.
That is correct.
Let me take a quick look at this.
So the code was no longer silent.
Well, yeah, I understood that under the updated zoning code on July of 2024, pipe and tobacco shops were no longer listed as permissible. Then there were some cleanup ordinances that resulted in definitively no smoke shops of this type. And that's what I have to look in terms of my decision about whether or not I affirm what the director said. And part of what factors into it for me, because God knows there was a lot of confusion, was that the appellant recognized in the beginning, from what she said, no smoke shop was allowed. There was a lot of confusion, I grant that, but those are the facts as I see them.
Any other questions? Mr. Wong?
Yeah, actually, it's not a question, probably a statement. So my understanding is probably we have a lot of miscommunication. It's a no email response to an applicant. Maybe also because the language issue. It's really very unfortunate. But I do appreciate the city staff recommend the modify their plan, change that to a convenience store. So, another thing is, I think the major thing is the timeline. Since maybe early 2024 or January or July 2024, the city has the new zoning code already, but the application after that. So personally, I have to say the director's decision is correct. But I do hope the applicant they can keep on running their business. Probably they need to modify their plan to meet the city requirement. Yeah, thank you.
Just to clarify one thing, because I wanted to make sure I understood this. The current zoning would allow them to have a convenience store without any additional, any permits or such from planning department, from the city.
Zoning clearance would be required to operate a convenience store at the location.
Okay, so they still have to get that. Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Through the chair. So just to clarify one additional question, and then I'll go into statements. What is defined ancillary? How much percentage of a convenience store can a smoke, tobacco, vaping can be sold retail? What is the ancillary definition here? $15%, 20%, 25%?
Through the chair, our code doesn't define ancillary specifically for this use. It just can't be a majority of the floor plan. If we look at examples in our code for uses that are ancillary, it's 20%.
Yeah, look to case law, because we have a loophole. We need another cleanup. Coming soon with all the questions, radii to schools, that's state law now. Most jurisdictions, including the county, prescribes 1,000 feet for smoke shops. You cannot have, what is it called, flavored tobacco, especially within 1,000 feet of schools to prevent, and several cities. So I'm looking at a lot of cleanup. But I will state now my statement. Santa Clara is a city of immigrants as well. We all come with our barriers, our understanding, a lack of understanding of rules, regulations, requirements, permits galore, all duly noted. It is unfortunate that there has been a communication barrier. But that said, there is a system, ecosystem here that I'm looking to the applicant in a past world. There is a landlord. The landlord's responsibility is to advise the tenant of what business and businesses they can or cannot operate. I don't know the lease term of this applicant, not to belabor it, but just there is a system that the landlord also should have helped, if the landlord knew. That's why I was asking if they are the landlord or are they just leasing this. The second, there is clearly process, and the process includes the fire marshal inspection, the California state, ABC, or the alcohol and beverage consumption license, which the appellant has obtained. But the appellant also knew that they did not receive a formal email response back. If the appellant knew enough to make the submission in English, there was somebody helping them. And it clearly says, you will receive an email notification once your request has been processed. There is no proof that that has been processed. The second part, and I'm stating this because the appellant is looking at process with the city as being the biggest challenge. Not that they are challenging the code, not that they are challenging the director's decision, but just the process in how information was confirmed or clarified with the process. So due process 1 clearly says you have not yet received formal approval to operate a business. 2, you made an application when clearly the staff has said that starting July 16, 2024, zoning map and the ordinance was in fact, January 9th was when the comprehensive zoning code update happened, adopted. It was silent. You knew smoke shop was not allowed. They clearly told you to come in with a convenience store as helping you out. July 16th, the zoning map was updated, but you continued with the application. You started your business in June. Clearly having had a rapport or an understanding with the city staff that your application was for a convenience store, and I don't know who said, you don't need to do anything. I do not believe that at all. I don't think anybody would have intentionally told anybody in the city, especially at the city planning office, clerk's office, business, that you don't need to do anything at all. So based on these facts and the understanding that the appellant, while learning some process is here, will be able to move forward. There is a process that will allow you to move forward. So I will stand by the director's decision to deny the current application as a smoke shop, but to allow or understand or work with the appellant, now knowing all the barriers, in an additional, more careful way, to allow them what is the path forward. So I do encourage the city staff to support our businesses. These are young entrepreneurs, so I feel they've done what they thought was probably right. But I do want to recognize the city staff for having helped the appellant this far. So with that, I have a decision and motion once you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
Just a comment, Chair, thank you. A bit of a realization on the state of affairs, right? If the fire department had not gone to their store and told them that they needed a business license, we would not have this case and we would have a smoke shop operating today.
It is. I got one more thing.
Okay.
Okay. Really quick. It's very simple when you operate a business in Santa Clara. Been a business owner for close to 40 years in Santa Clara. Just recently retired. But anyway, if you do not get a business license and you say nobody sent you an email, I would go right to the business office, sit there and say, please, where's my business license? Because you need the business license. You cannot operate a business without a business license. That's the law. So there's no excuse saying that nobody emailed you anything. You go in and you say, where is my business license? What do I need? And I'm pretty sure they will be able to help you out. They've been more than helpful throughout the years with the city of Santa Clara. And you're correct, the fire department will come and inspect the properties. They were probably inspecting the other properties in that building, and they just happens to see that one was open and didn't have a record of them having a business license. That's the way they walked in and wanted to see a business license, and they didn't have one. So I'm going to go with the city's decision and deny it.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
I have one final comment to make. So I think that clearly there was a lot of miscommunications here. I'm not going to point out on whose part or whatever, but I'm going to say one thing. Let's move forward. In going forward, when you look at however we vote, my suggestion is always try and go to the planning department in person if you can't get something through email. And then the other thing that I will recommend is at the very beginning of any planning commission meeting, anybody can come up and make a statement that's not on the agenda. So if you're saying, I am very frustrated, I'm not getting the help that I need, you can come to the planning commission just as well. I'm sorry that, we had to go through all these different steps, but it is what it is. So I thank you for coming here and, taking these steps. I'm sorry that it came out this way, though. There are ways to move forward, and we do want to help you get your business going. That's all I have. Okay, does anybody would like to make a motion? Commissioner Biagini? Oh, hold on, I have one quick question. There was a part about CEQA in there. I see the recommendation doesn't say anything about CEQA. Do we have to vote on that at all, or is that like?
A denial of a project is not a project under CEQA.
Okay, we didn't have to affirm that in any way, right?
No, if you're upholding, if the motion is the staff recommendation, it's all included in the resolution.
Good enough.
I don't know, Priya, if you might want to amend this. I'd like a motion to overrule the appeal and affirm the Community Development Director's decision to deny the zoning clearance for a smoke shop to operate at 770 Kylie Boulevard.
Second that motion.
If I may, through the chair, just to clarify, so the options are on an appeal to affirm the director's decision, or to, and which I think is what you're saying, but I want to make sure that we're accurately reflecting it for the record. And what staff has presented tonight is a resolution that recommends affirming the decision of the planning director. Is that what your motion is?
Yeah, affirming the director's decision to deny
Thank you.
Yes.
the zoning clearance.
And
I
I
want to
still
make
second
sure
it.
one thing, does the appellant understand the translation of what we're saying? Do you understand what we're saying here right now, the motion that is made? Or do you need any further clarification?
Yes, I understand, but I'm not great, but
That's okay, just as long as you understand, that's all I'm asking.
Thank you very much for all of, we learned a lot. And she is the mother of a 3-year-old kid.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
I just wanted to make sure everybody was understanding. Good. Okay, clerk.
Who seconded the motion?
I'd second that.
The motion was made by Commissioner Biagini, seconded by Commissioner Buza to approve staff recommendation. Go ahead and cast your vote, please. Thank you. The motion passed.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, just a question to the attorney. May I talk to the applicant in Mandarin?
Hold on.
Since I have the motion already.
Do we want to, through the chair, would you like to take a break from the meeting?
5-minute recess.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we are getting ready to start the meeting.
Okay. Okay, back. Thank you very much for everybody's patience. Item 3 is the action on appeal, PLN 25-00561 of the Development Review Officer's approval at 2892 Mesquite Drive for an architectural review, PLN 25-00295, for a 621-story, 21-square-foot first floor addition and a 397-square-foot second floor addition to an existing two-story, I think this is wrong. It says 281, I think it's 2,000 something, or there's a comma here. It's 281 square feet?
2,081.
2,000? 2,081 square feet, thank you. Single-family residence with a 500-square-foot attached garage on a 7,351-square-foot lot. This item is open to public hearing, which I will now declare open. Before we begin presentations, do any planning commissioners have any disclosures they would like to make regarding ex parte communications? None being seen. Staff, this time will you make your presentation?
Thank you, Chair. And good evening. Good evening, Chair and Commissioners. My name is Alex Tellez. I'm an assistant planner here with the City of Santa Clara. And tonight I'll be presenting on the appeal for 2892 Mesquite Drive. Righty. So the appeal for tonight is, as mentioned by the Chair, it's to appeal the Development Review Officer's approval of the architectural review for this second floor addition and also first floor addition to an existing two-story residence. Per Santa Clara City Code 18.120.020K, the appeal of a single-family residential project is reviewed by the Planning Commission. The appellant's justification of appeal is that they state that the finding 5 of the Santa Clara City Code 18.120.020F cannot be made and request that the Planning Commission to overturn the Development Review Officer's decision as the proposal is not compatible with the prevailing pattern found in the neighborhood, as condition P3 is not specific or measurable. Condition P3 is the following verbiage. The proposed guest bedroom shall adhere to the prevailing development pattern in the subdivision by reducing the footprint of the proposed guest room by providing a greater front and side setback. The setback shall preserve the existing sideline of the adjacent property. As this is an appeal, all appeals are heard as de novo. Issues raised and considered are not limited to those raised by the appellant. The Planning Commission may affirm, vacate, or reverse the previous decision. Additional conditions of approval may be added, or the project may be referred back to the Development Review Officer for further consideration. Now that I explained the reason for the appeal, I will now go over the actual proposal of the project. Seen in front is the existing site at 2892 Mesquite Drive. It is a 0.17 acre site, or 7,351 square feet lot, surrounded by other single-family homes, zone R1-6L. The general plan designation matches the zoning designation as being very low-density residential. Further on to just on the context, as you can see on the green, all the houses surrounding the property are single-family residential. Only other uses near the neighborhood are multifamily on the south and a private school across the subdivision. And on the right is a picture of the street view of the house. If you can see highlighted in like an orange circle, that is the project site. That is, and on the middle is the appellant's house. And it is surrounded by other two-story homes. But this, currently on the orange circle is the house that is proposing this addition. I wanted to mention the rendering of the original approval. So on the left is what was presented to the Development Review Officer prior to the condition P3 being added. The Development Review Officer added P3 as a way to understand the concerns from the neighborhood. And currently in front of you, the current proposal is on the right. As you can see in the architecture, a lot of the massing has been changed on the second story with the addition of that front element above the entry feature. And they're adding a code-compliant fence within 20 feet away from the front property line to provide some privacy for the neighbor, or in this case, the appellant. The site plan is on the left of the existing house, and on the right is what is being proposed. And you can see on the right is all the setbacks for the resident. As proposed, this residence exceeds the setbacks required for a single family for this type of proposal. Based on the P3 condition, they are on the front addition, that was the concern. They have over 22 feet away from the property line and almost 8 feet away from the side property line. The requirements for the side property line is 5 feet for a setback, and then for the front is 20 feet. On the back, the addition for the office that is being proposed is about 22 feet away from the rear property line, which exceeds the rear property line requirement of 20 feet. In front of you is the existing floor plan of the first floor and the second floor. This is the original proposal's floor plan, as mentioned, with the addition on the second floor for the new bedroom. And on the first floor, there's the office on the rear that I mentioned previously, and a guest bedroom on the front next to the entry feature. Tonight, the current proposal is as follows. They did reduce the size of the guest bedroom by removing the bay window, which takes away about a foot or more from the depth of the room. And for the second story, they added this entry feature element here to be able to access the second floor, which breaks the massing. For any architectural review, we need to make sure it's consistent with the zoning code. The proposed project complies with the R16L zoning district development standards, as the garage still maintains code compliant 2 parking spaces of at least 8.5 feet wide by 18 feet deep. The proposal is consistent with Santa Clara City Code 18.10.03, .030, as it meets the required first story setback, second story setback for the new construction. And the structure height is at the maximum allowed at 25 feet. Staff also needs to make sure that the proposal is consistent with the general plan. As mentioned on the slide in front of you, the proposed project is consistent with the Santa Clara general plan through the following policies. It implements design review guidelines for setback heights, materials, massing, articulation, and other standards to support transition policies and promote neighborhood compatibility is one of the Santa Clara general plan policies. The request conforms with the City of Santa Clara's Single-Family and Duplex Residential Design Guidelines, Chapter 2B, which is Sensitive Design Solutions. As the second-story addition does not exceed approximately 66% of the first floor area, and the sidewalls of the second-story addition are set back at least 3 feet from the sidewalls of the first floor. Another policy in the general plan is that to ensure that the city implements site design solutions such as landscaping, increased building setbacks to provide a buffer between non-residential and residential uses. This project conforms with that through Chapter 4A of the Santa Clara Single Family Duplex Residential Design Guidelines. As the first story addition on the front is set back more than required, preserving the prevailing development pattern in the neighborhood. To further on with the design guidelines, the proposed project as conditioned does comply with the city's single-family and duplex residential design guidelines, and that the design is compatible in scale and character with the typical housing types in the neighborhood. The design protects the neighborhood sight lines to the street, and the second-story addition does not exceed 66% of the first floor area. This project is considered a small development proposal under the Santa Clara Public Outreach Policy. Therefore, a community meeting was not required. But as any project that goes into a hearing, a public hearing notice was mailed to property owners within 300 feet radius of the project site. And this was done in January 29, 2026, to 67 owners and tenants. As mentioned, as you can see probably in front of you, there's post-meeting material which was what was received as public comments in opposition to the proposed project. All these comments are regarding the massing, size of the proposal, and how it would impact privacy. When any land use entitlement, we need to make sure it's consistent with the California Environmental Quality Act. And staff has found that this project is categorically exempt from the California Environmental Quality Act pursuant to the guidelines section 1531, which is Class 1 existing facilities, and that the project consists of the addition to an existing structure that will now result to an increase of more than 50% of the floor area before the addition, or 2,500 square feet. Therefore, staff still continues to recommend that the project be determined to be categorically exempt from the California Environmental Quality Act, pursuant to the previous categorical exemption, and also to adopt a resolution that affirms the decision of the Development Review Officer to approve the architectural review for the construction of this 621 square foot first floor addition and a 397 square foot second floor addition to this existing two-story single-family residence located at 2892 Mesquite Drive, subject to the findings and conditions of approval. That concludes staff's presentation. Staff is open for, is here for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any questions from Commission for staff?
Hi. Through the chair, could you go back to the renderings? Although I'm just probably picking it out. When I look at the original approval to the current proposal, is it just the rendering that makes it look bigger?
That's correct, because based on the floor plan, there is a substantial distance between the entry feature and the second story. So the current rendering does better reflect that.
And so there's 3 breaks in the second floor versus 2, and no window on the second floor to the one that is not by the appellant's house? Am I capturing the garage size is the same, the portico is the same, and the window, it looks wider. Am I missing something?
It's the angle. It's the angle of the picture.
I think it's the angle that they did the rendering.
No, but it's 1 window, 2 windows. It clearly has more.
3 windows on the top, 3 windows on the top.
No, but there's 3, only 2.
No, both of them have 3 windows.
No, my,
Hold on. So going from left to right,
yeah.
that's 3, but now it's kind of.
No, but you have a break.
2.
No, it's not about the windows. I'm trying to tell you the whole depth, width. It's just the rendering? Okay, thank you. Yeah. Because I do want to make sure that I'm not. And has the fence height been added because of the requirement from the original approval?
Could you repeat your question? Sorry, Commissioner.
So the fence that is shown in the second rendering, not in the first, it's current proposal, was that a condition of approval
Yes, to mitigate the privacy concerns.
to mitigate from the neighbor's property?
Correct.
Okay. Are there any trees required along that side?
No, due to the, I guess, the setback, it's just limited, so the solution was to just provide a fence and to provide bushes in the front, I guess, yard.
But we have 22 feet.
Yeah.
There's 7 feet on the side, I guess, behind the fence. Sorry, I may have misunderstood your question.
No, but so 7 feet to the front, but 22 feet to the back.
Correct,
it
22 on the back.
tapers,
Yes,
right?
yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Sorry
It's
about
okay.
that.
It's okay. I just want to make sure that I'm elucidating it for a purpose. I get you. But I do want to recognize, is there an ability to still ask for trees through this approval?
Based on the city code, you're able to modify and add
Okay.
more conditions of approval.
Okay, thank you. Through the chair.
I see. It's,
Commissioner Salim?
Lane?
Hold on. Mike?
I would point Commissioner Charakuru at the Google Maps view, which you'll see a lot of adjacent foliage from the neighbors. So there's no need for trees in that specific space to block visibility. Also, the rendering is unfortunate because it crosses roof lines through clouds and other things, so you can't really get a good idea of what the second floor is doing. They might have created more contrast.
Okay, question.
The other thing that I was noticing is it does seem a bit wider as far as the garage in material of the rendering. Was there any additional square footage added between the first approval or current approval, or was it simply setbacks?
Square footage was removed from the first floor, and some of that square footage was moved up to the mass on the second story, which you can see that break. But it's just minimal. Nothing else was added to the garage.
Okay, because I can see the balanced right-hand side of the rendering showing the additional space added compared to the original. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Commissioner Buzza?
Yeah, can you go back to the rendering showing the property before it's being done? Just real quick. Okay, so that's the ones with the 2 cars and the boat or something in the front yard, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, I see it. And then to the right will be the Daniel Juan's house will be to the right of it, then I take it.
The house on the right actually is the appellant, who is in person.
right.
His name is Soren.
Soren, okay. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions for staff? No? All right. All right, so now the appellant presentation. Soren's Spanish? I'm sorry. How do you pronounce your last name?
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, we can hear you. So we'll give you up to 10 minutes to make your presentation. You can go ahead.
Thank you. Good evening, commissioners. My name is Sorin Spanocci, and my wife and I own and live at 2896 Mesquite Drive since 2002, immediately adjacent to 2892 Mesquite Drive. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. We're not asking you to block the project. Our sole request is that conditions P3 and P4, the larger setbacks, sightline preservation, and landscaping conditions that were adopted are clarified with objective measurable standards, and that applicant be required to demonstrate compliance before permits are issued. Can you go back one slide, please? Thank you. The key issue is simple. The proposed forward first floor extension and tall fence on these wedge pie-shaped lots create disproportional massing and encroaching impacts. The Commission adopted P3 and P4 to admitted P3 and P4 to mitigate sideline and privacy impacts. Our appeal is limited to one narrow point, Those conditions must be measurable and enforceable, so the mitigation you required actually happens. Next slide, please. Thank you. The focus of our appeal is only on the approval conditions P3 guest bedroom setback and P4 front yard landscaping that were included as mitigation to sightline and privacy concerns. Our intent is just to add measurable standards to enable the verification of the project compliance. Next slide, please. Conditional approval was granted on December 10, during the December, so after the December 10 meeting. From the later submitted documents, we see that the applicant accepted the conditions. We filed the appeal on December 17 to clarify and make P3 and P4 approval condition objectively enforceable. Later, the applicant filed an updated plan that features only token setbacks change. Even worse, the sightlines are further affected by the new front side tall fence. Next slide. First, if our home would have been on a rectangular lot, the minimum corridor to a neighboring house would have been 10 feet wide, like the blue line shown there, parallel to our side. On the left side, on the left side you see our home, and on the right side our neighbor's home. Obviously, this is so the fact that obviously there's building within that blue line. Currently, there are 4.5 feet visual. There is a 4.5 feet visual corridor parallel to our home. So the green line that is shown there, that is actually tangent to the corner of the neighbor's building, and we would like to preserve that. Next slide, please. Here we superimposed on the aerial photo the original plan, the initial plan. For sure, the front room crosses substantially the sight line. Next slide, please. Here we superimposed as well the new plan, and you see that there's barely a difference, so maybe the front side was moved in, and in order to see that, we can go to the next slide, please. So besides this small change and the room still being, crossing substantially the sight line, there's also the new, the front side of the new 6+1 feet tall fence that also crosses that line and makes the sights even worse. Next slide, please. So basically, these are so as far as we understand the plan and the numbers that are mentioned in the plan. So the front wall, because actually what we're talking about is the corner of that room, right? So that corner moved in by 8.5, almost 8.5 inches, and moved slightly to the left side moved slightly to the right by probably 3 inches, based on the numbers from the two plans. So that is really a very small change, and sightlines are as affected as before. Next slide, please. So, so the new plan includes also well, I'm sorry, go backwards, I think. Yeah, so besides this, so there's a new additional AC unit that I didn't mention that is going to be installed on the same side towards our house that is facing our front room and bedrooms. That would increase the noise in that area that is already relatively large, in summer especially. Okay, so then if you go here, yeah, so basically the issues that we see with the updated plan is really the fact that the footprint reduction is very small, and the front part of the newly proposed 6+1 fence is actually crossing, obstructs even further the sideline and the additional AC unit. Next slide, please. So that's a simple rendering of the views from our main front room windows. So you can see what is going to be visible there instead of the trees and the bushes and the sea. Next slide, please. In terms of, so this request is also policy-based. The general plan directs respect for neighborhood scale, spacing, and open space, requires compatibility with adjacent homes, and calls for protecting privacy and livability, requiring numerical setbacks, sightline diagrams, and moderate fence hedge limits, helps the commission implement those policies in a way that staff can verify. Next slide, please. And yeah, this is the last one. And so basically, what we request is really to clarify P3 with objective measurable setbacks and sideline criteria, including how prevailing development pattern and preserved sideline will be measured. Clarify P4, which was related to landscaping, but also we can apply this to the fencing in the front side. Cannot negate the sightline preservation required by P3. The new 6+1 foot fence may only replace existing fence in its current location, so which is not in the front side, as you saw. So the reason for that adding this fence was for the privacy between the two houses, not in front. Because they have a new window that you saw there. It's going to face across. Anyway, I'm explaining the obvious, I guess. And then require the applicant's plan to address the XIC unit noise impact prior to approval, and require the applicant plans set to be revised to demonstrate compliance with the conditions prior to final approval. So in short, we support reasonable improvements. We just ask that the mitigation you require be measurable and verifiable, so the Commission's decision has a real effect. Thank you. I'm ready for questions, and I can walk through other slides if you need.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was very good. Any questions for the appellant? Yes? No?
I can.
Please.
Thank you. So if you go back to your rendering, and I'm looking at your Google images, tell me what you consider as sightline.
Let's go back. So basically, it's that line that is parallel with the building, the green line.
Okay. And you recognize that they're not adding anything on the ground floor. They are adding square
adding
footage.
ground
They are
floor, yeah.
pulling it out to the front. I see. Okay. Okay.
Hold on. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Because we have people online, they can't hear you on
need to
the
hear from
microphone.
Yeah, I was saying that that room that is highlighted in red is the new addition.
So the addition
one
is
bedroom.
coming out into the front. Noted. Okay. Thank you. That's it.
Any other
Staff.
questions from Commissioner Salim?
Yeah, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you're fighting sightline and geometry of a wedge-shaped lot is not going to allow you to maintain a linear sightline along the edge of your property. That geometry has its special considerations as you reach the front of the lot. And the fact that they're trying to use that available space within the boundaries of their property is the point at which you are unfortunately going to be affected. And I don't see a way that you can request that to not be true. So maybe if the staff wants to chime in, is the property in full legal compliance for its design for the renovate or the improvements?
May I answer? Well, real quick, just to answer your question, Commissioner, objectively, based on the standards on the zoning code, when it pretty much prescribe setback requirements, height, it is meeting that, it's exceeding that. There's more than the minimum required setbacks.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I just was concerned that we are trying to discuss something that is geometrically impossible to correct. As long as it's a wedge, you're going to have an intersection at the front of the property lines. So it's not properly, it doesn't apply to draw sight lines that are linear along the adjacent property. That's all.
Through the chair, if I may, I just wanted a friendly reminder, this is just a clarifying questions portion of the evening. I appreciate you did ask a question, but there will be time for commission discussion after the close of the public hearing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I've got a question.
Did you have something you wanted to say?
Just wanted to refer to what you were saying. Well, I think that code sets a baseline minima, right? And the architectural review is discretionary, and P3 and P4 are discretionary mitigations intended to address impacts beyond minima, right? And this is a case, so the standards that you have apply to rectangular lots, but these are really very special cases where that's why we talk right now.
Yeah.
Any other questions from,
Yes.
I'm sorry, who?
Just to clarify, so you, sorry,
Okay. 1 second, please.
just a clarifying question. So you do not see the house at all from your window today?
Very, very small, well, yeah, there's a slide, but really what I'm saying is that there's nothing beyond that. Here, so, yeah. So here you can see, so if you, so basically the house right now extends only to the first, so if you look, for instance, on the right side of the, I mean, the window on the from room 2, you can see that you can see the edge of the house, and then maybe I see a little. Yeah, there's a slide in the backup maybe. If you page down a lot, we can find it. Here.
There we go. That's what I wanted to see.
Oh, yeah, we see a little bit of the house, and then the rest is green and very nice.
Got it.
Thank you. Thank you for helping.
yeah.
Thanks.
Commissioner Buza?
Yeah, I kind of feel for you, because probably when you bought your house, you're never expecting anything like this to be happening next door. But it's going by what the new laws and the rules are. One of the things that I see that maybe has an easy solution would be the air conditioning. You're concerned about the air conditioning being too close to you now that the house has been changed. Maybe we can ask the applicant to move it to the backyard, the compressors, and that will just take something away from you for the noise. Yeah, yeah. I understand what your problem is, but boy, I feel for you. I feel for you.
Maybe some middle ground can be reached.
Yes, that's exactly. It's going to be your neighbor, and you both should try to work together because it looks like you're going to be there a long time. She's going to be there for a long time, too. So,
all right.
Yeah, so our neighbor never came to us. I mean, we found out from the notice with the hearing.
That's
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. Any questions? No? Okay. Thank you. Okay, so now the applicant. So move now to Ling Zhao. Please come up, and you will also have 10 minutes to make your presentation.
I just want to take like 2 minutes.
Do me a favor, make sure you speak into the mic so everyone can hear you, because we also have people on TV and such that need to hear you. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, chairs, commissioner, and the city staff. Thank you so much for taking a time to review my house project. My name is Ling Zhao, and I'm the house at 2892 Mascue Drive. I live in this house for 7 years. And my family and I truly value this neighborhood. We are not an investor and a developer. This is our long-term homes. I'm here today for try to get approved for my project. To extend our existing house in order to better fit for my family needs. My parents will come from China to here, and they will live with us for their retirement life. So the current layout is no longer provide the enough space for family, and this proposed extension is intended solely to support my family use. It's not for rental or commercial use. I want to emphasize that we have worked closely with our architect, Michael, he's on the Zoom link, and a consultant to ensure design compliance with the city code and the planning guidelines. The addition is carefully designed to be consistent with the character of the neighborhood and the responsible of surrounding property, and meaningful for setback, height limit, privacy, and a neighborhood effect. So we have taken concerns seriously, including the potential effect related to light, privacy, and overall appearance for our neighborhood. Our goal is to improve our home while maintaining harmony with this surrounding neighborhood. We love in this city and plan to remain here for many, many years. My kids grew up here, so this project allows us to stay here for long term. It helps us continue to be responsible long-term member of the neighborhood. Thank you so much for everyone.
Thank you. Is there any questions from the commission for the applicant? No?
Yes.
Mr. Salim.
So given the concern that the appellant has, would you be open to relocating your air conditioner compressors to prevent sound bleed? I mean, check with the architect, right?
So there is one compressor is there.
Yeah.
We just added the second one. So I don't want to remove it because backyard is no place.
Not remove.
No.
Relocate.
Because the size is big, it's long. I measure it, it's long enough. And also for their house, it's have big distance. So I don't think that's good for me.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, so maybe I could help answer that question.
Thank you.
My architect.
No, wait up here.
Go ahead.
Hi, hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, so a couple of things. We could put a kind of a sound fence around those AC units to redirect the noise away from the side yard. We could do that. The ones they make nowadays are pretty quiet anyway, but that would be one option. The other thing I wanted to say relating to that guest bedroom is we worked with Alex and came up with a compromise where we removed the bay window, which was stuck out 14 inches, I think. And then we also moved that wall back another foot. So we basically moved everything back 2 feet as a compromise. So those are the two issues.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So one of the questions I have for the architect and for you as well, have you seen any other houses in your area with this kind of wedge shape that have been located similar to what you're proposing so that it kind of overlaps? In other words, has this already ever been done in that neighborhood in any other way?
I don't think that there's another cul-de-sac close by that would be shaped similar to these two properties.
What about the rest of the houses on that existing cul-de-sac?
Well, the other existing ones are on basically a rectangular lot.
Okay.
So they're a bit different.
Hold on. Somebody else have a question? No?
I was just going to tell the architect, Gloria Circle has the same type of lot and that's just across the way on Kylie.
Okay. Commissioner Bumgart?
Yeah, Chair, I might just add to your advice. It's neighbors, talking to neighbors and working something out. Give a little, keep a little, and so I personally have had this kind of issue with my neighbor many years ago. And when they were developing their house, the planning staff at that time asked us to go talk. We talked, and we now live happily ever after, at least up to now. So strongly advise that you're both quite compatible. Just have a chat and see where, a little bit of a compromise here and there, as your architect has been suggesting, to mitigate noise, things like that, that might satisfy the neighbor. A whole lot of experience and life full of happiness for both of you in the future. So, thank you.
And I just want to ask Alex, too, in reviewing this, did you see anything that was similar in the shape? And
So I was trying to show previously on the slide, the property next to the appellant on the right also has a really irregular shape. And it's a bad example that I did see. I have it, let me real quick show here. So when we review these projects, we try to look at what's in the neighborhood and try to learn from mistakes from the past. So make it on the street view. I'll start first with the property. Property here on the right, it's also irregular, which is pretty much in between the appellant and the applicant. And as you can see how it was developed, there's no substantial step back. This new addition that they're proposing has a substantial step back, in addition to the space between the first floor wall and their property line. Second, to answer your question, this is another property we saw. We didn't want to replicate the design. So that's where a lot of staff comments came from, providing that step back and this is away from, I guess, the entry feature.
That seems like it's a rectangular lot.
Oh, correct, sorry. I was just talking about design-wise, sorry.
No. The question was if you had anything similar like with
Cul-de-sacs.
Yeah, cul-de-sacs in the wedge shape rather than the rectangular shape.
The only one will be just the neighboring property.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chair, if I may, I can show you an example on Google of one we've done recently. On Google, it's still under construction, but it is a similar situation. It's this one right here on Bancroft. So it's a pie-shaped lot, kind of adjacent to similar pie-shaped lots. Not exactly the same, but you can kind of see they did an addition in the front, if I do street view for you. But you can see where they came out from what was sort of their house before. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that helps you at all.
That does. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
We'll call you.
One second. You'll have an opportunity. No problem. Okay. Any more questions for the applicant?
For the
Commissioner Buzza?
architect, yeah, for the architect too, at the same time since he's online. Are you aware of regarding the air conditioning, are you aware that Silicon Valley Power has rebates if you change the complete unit to the, what do you call those now, like the force hot air or something?
Heat pumps.
The heat pumps, yeah. Silicon Valley Power is doing that, the heat pumps. So to your advantage, you have an old unit in there, change it to a heat pump, talk to your architect, and they give you like about $10,000 quieter, move it to the back. I have mine in the back, and I got a backyard too. So it's no big deal back there. So that would make them happy, and maybe you guys could even have a barbecue together.
Let me make sure that's a personal opinion, not something from the commission itself.
Yeah, it's not a commission directive.
Okay, any other questions, please? And let's focus on the issue at hand, okay? No? Okay, thank you for your time. You may sit down. Okay, at this time, we'll move to public testimony. Each member of the public will have 2 minutes to speak.
Actually, Actually, doesn't he get his rebuttal before that?
Nope. Because you're rebutting to public testimony.
Okay.
We do
Thank
not
you.
have anybody online asking to speak. Do we have anybody in the chambers? No requests.
All right, then we'll move to the applicant rebuttal. Sorry, you're not the applicant, you're the appellant. So please hold on. So if there had been public opinion or any other testimony, you now can speak to that. So since there was no public thing, if you wanted to add something, now you can add something. You're fine? Thank you very much. Now, sir, please.
A few notes. So, if you could please show the slides. There's a slide at the very end of the presentation that shows some of the similar examples in the. These are corner lots with different configurations, and nobody built in front of the other house. So, and basically, the architect design was such a way that actually you have some view from each house towards the street. You don't have somebody else building in front of your house. This is what this was meant to be, and everybody's like this. So the other example that you showed there, so that one, the garage was on that original position. So if you look in Google Earth from before, so the garage one on was not moved. That was the original design as it is ours. That's pretty much that. As I mentioned, I mean, the issue was not really the bay windows. I mean, because that's not really visible around the corner of the room that they want to add. So basically, that change is irrelevant to my sightline. So it doesn't really matter. So the only the only change that they did was really 8.5 inches and 3 inches, not 2 feet. 2 feet are not visible from my side. Yeah, and also, you know, this room could have been designed in the back of the house, not in the front. So they still have room in the back. Right? Yeah, I'm sorry. I was saying that, yeah, as a comment, I mean, this room, so in the front could have been maybe designed in the back somewhere, because the shape of their lot is really has much more space in the back than in the front, and it wouldn't have been in front of our, crossing the sight lines that we have. Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it. All right, staff, I'll return to you. Any other thing you want to clarify or add to the record? No? Yes?
No, Chair.
Thank you very much. All right.
To close public hearing.
Second. Okay, I got 3 people seconding. I'm going to give it to Commissioner Biagini since she's so good at doing this.
The motion was made by Commissioner Cherukuru, seconded by Commissioner Biagini to close public hearing. Go ahead and cast your vote, please. Very good, the motion passed.
All right. Let's deliberate. So any comments, questions? Actually, you know what? I'm going to start this time because I just want to. Yeah, 1 second. The chair is going to start. Thank you very much. I want to go back to something that was already brought up. Very good observation. These are your neighbors. You know, you have to live with each other. And, you know, as you say, you want to live here and stay here and, you know, bring your parents here, which is fantastic. And I want you to really think, both of you, you know, you're coming here to try and settle this in a way that, you know, neither of you may like. So I really want both of you just to think it through again, is there some compromise that both of you can make? So we still have to go through our process and such, but I would like to see our neighbors happy. I mean, when my neighbors have a problem and such, I try and work with them. When you see us try and work out problems, we've spent like hours sometimes with applicants and such, trying to make things work. We really try to bend over. So I'm going to just say, I hope that, whatever gets decided, that you still get together as neighbors and try and make things work. That's my only consideration here. So with that, I'll give that up. Any other questions? Did you have one, Commissioner Wang?
Yeah, actually, just some comments. Yeah, I understand your concern, but it's a changing world. So probably, we have to face it, right? No, I think we are lucky enough. We have setback between neighbors. I think we are lucky. Regarding to the design, I think it's an improvement to our community. One commissioner mentioned the air conditioner. I have my air conditioner at the back, but I prefer leave that to the owner. The reason is right now you have an air conditioner there already. If you have newer, quieter, probably should be better. Also, the architect mentioned some noise control. I hope that also help. I support this project. Yeah, thank you.
Commissioners? Nobody?
I could just make a comment that, I'm not speaking out of lack of experience. I live on a cul-de-sac. I'm in one of the wedge-shaped spaces. I did an update in 2009, and we did exactly the process that you're going through, working with the neighbors, making sure that our changes weren't going to destroy the quality of life in that neighborhood, including putting up orange fencing, which is the standard approach to show what the new borders of the home will look like. I recommend that can be considered. Give an outline so that the neighbors can actually see the new home in place in rough form. You're not going to get around the fact that a wedge is not a square or a rectangle, but you can cooperate and keep the noise down, keep the visibility limited. Those are the things that good neighbors do. So I hope that you are able to work together on that. The rules of the commission, though, are that we follow our guidelines, and I don't think that I didn't hear enough in the concerns to break them for this situation. So, thank you.
Anyone else? Commissioner Biagini?
I'm ready to make a motion.
If you so desire.
I will just, I'm going to break norm here, which is uncanny for me. I do recognize private, land use rights, regulations. You've met every word of the code. I put myself in the neighbor's shoes this time around. And I do feel it. I do feel you. I'm sorry, and I do feel you. And if I put myself in your shoes, I wish your neighbor, actually the architect, as an architect background, so I know design can be sensitive. You live in a neighborhood. This is city of Santa Clara. If everything was allowed by right, which is what our objective design standards are, then they didn't have to go through a discretionary approval at all. Why is there a design review committee then? Architectural review committee. The whole preface of that is this design compatible? Does it impact, does your right impact somebody else's life or right? There are balances. Sometimes there are compromises. if I had an opportunity to suggest, which I don't know if the commission is there or not, I would suggest the architect to rethink the front. And I'll state my case, and I know the commission will vote however it needs to vote, but I will just make the case that I am here. I feel like the neighbor, and I know what it means. So thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to make a motion that the Planning Commission recommends we determine the project to be exempt from the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, formal pursuant to CEQA guidelines, section 15301, class 1, existing facilities.
Second.
And I will vote yes, because this is just an Environmental Quality Act.
The motion was made by Commissioner Biagini, seconded by Commissioner Wang to approve staff recommendation 1. Go ahead and cast your vote, please.
Through the chair, if I may, really quick, sorry, couldn't get to my mic fast enough. I just want to clarify, so the action tonight, again, is on the appeal, and yes, I understand there is a CEQA determination that goes with the ultimate decision on the project, but the recommendation from staff is one action, which is the resolution, and I believe staff's recommendation was, and I'll look to staff if they want to pull up the actual language of the recommendation, a recommendation to affirm the decision of the public hearing officer, and recommendation to adopt the resolution that affirms the recommendation of the public hearing officer and also includes the CEQA determination.
So that's a break from norm.
You want that one?
We always do one.
I completely understand. I think usually what's happening is there's an actual project that's being decided, but here it's the appeal that's being decided. If you feel more comfortable taking it as two actions, I just want it to be really clear at the end of the day. If staff's recommendation is a resolution, that incorporates everything. And so that was staff's recommendation. If you're not taking staff's recommendation, that is also fine. It's just that's not consistent with what staff recommended.
But isn't this de novo from the beginning?
It is, and you may do something other than what staff recommended, but staff recommendation is to adopt the resolution, and the resolution.
But the first action is determined before the resolution.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's fine. If you want to take that action, it's fine.
Okay, so we can make an amendment, we can make some changes right now.
And the confusion is this is normally what we look at too.
Right.
Yeah, this is
Considering the
your
staff, and you're saying that this is not staff's recommendation. That's the confusion.
Okay, so staff's recommendation is class 1 categorical exemption.
That's what we are
And that's
taking.
included in the resolution as well, but it's fine. You could take both actions if you feel more comfortable doing that.
So do you want one or two?
You can do both if that makes you feel more comfortable. I don't have any legal concerns with you taking action on a decision on the CEQA alone.
Only because I will break norm on the second one.
Okay,
That's why I want it to be two.
That's fine.
Okay.
So my motion.
So we're
For the
keeping the
CEQA,
motion
that
on the
would-
floor?
Yes.
Okay,
For the seeker stance.
very good. The motion passed. Thank you.
Dare I speak?
Please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Make a motion that the Planning Commission adopt the resolution that affirms the decision of the Development Review Officer to approve the architectural review for the construction of a 621-square-foot first-floor addition and a 397-square-foot second-floor addition to an existing two-story, 2,081-square-foot single-family residence with a 500-square-foot attached garage on 7,351-square-foot lot at 2892 Mesquite Drive, subject to findings and conditions of approval.
Second.
Can I make a, wait a minute. Can we put a recommendation, like to add the air conditioning in the back? Attachment on this?
There was already a motion that was made. There are options to make a friendly amendment if you want to make a friendly amendment.
Or you can make a substitute.
Or you can do a substitute motion.
Why don't we do the substitute motion on that, then adding these?
First of all, let's
What's the
let's
motion
ask-
and the second?
So first of all, let's ask a question, very quick clarification. If you want to make you're saying you want to make a motion about the sound for the air conditioning?
Right, just for, there's no problem, that I don't see. Everything, I was approving everything else, but the air, the air conditioning is one of the things
Is
that
that
they're.
something we can actually do?
So I would ask that if that's just tying it to like what are the findings that need to be made in order to approve the
It'll be on the
the permit, that's before you. You can make a motion, so we're gonna have to just take a minute and think through what the action is, because you're taking action right now on the hearing officer's determination. So your motion is to modify the hearing officer's determination. I just wanna make sure we're having the right terminology
Right.
and the rationale so that we have clear motions on the table. So we have motion number 1, which is motion to adopt staff recommendation to adopt the resolution that affirms the hearing officer's determination.
Correct.
The second motion on the table right now is a motion to modify the hearing officer's decision to add a condition of approval requiring that I'm stopping because I want you to add what you
Air
would like.
conditioning be moved to the back of the house.
So add a condition of approval to move air conditioning to rear.
Can I offer a modified version of that motion?
Sure.
Is this a friendly amendment?
There's a motion on the floor.
Yes, and I want to modify the friendly amendment.
No, hold on. I want to make sure we get this right.
One at a
So
time.
number one, there's the initial motion made by Commissioner Biagini. I'm assuming you're making a substitute motion. And now you want to make an amendment to the substitute motion, correct?
Adjustment, yes.
Amendment.
Amendment.
Suggested amendment, please.
Tell us.
Fundamentally changes it from move it to address the noise, because moving it is not necessarily required to address the noise.
Okay.
This discussion on the motion, substitute motion, or amendment?
Yeah.
Okay, no, first goes substitute motion. It takes precedence. Yes, it does.
To address
So-
the noise?
Through the chair, if I may, the amended substitute motion is the one that would be discussed first.
Okay.
Repeat it.
So is there a second on the substitute motion is there a second on the substitute motion as amended?
I can second it.
You can do whatever you.
I'll second it.
You could have let it just go too. You know that. They just let it die and then we go to the first one. But okay, you're seconding it.
Yeah.
Got it.
I just want to, clear up the record. Commissioner Salim, you requested an amendment to the motion, the second motion, or the substitute motion. Commissioner Buza, did you accept the amendment?
Yes, that all I address it to the sound. So
the
not just
sound.
moving to this, so that way the sound will be.
So the substitute motion being considered is a condition of approval to require the applicant to address the sound of the air conditioning unit.
By moving into the back.
Forget it.
And we have a second on that.
Yeah, I'm going to remove my second because that's not what I was suggesting.
Okay, so
So-
anyone want to second his motion, the substitute motion?
So the substitute motion is to require an air conditioning unit, a condition of approval to put the air conditioning unit in the rear of the yard.
Correct.
Is there a second to that?
I'll take it.
Sorry.
All right, thank you very much. Is there a second? Substitute motion dies for lack of a second. Okay, main motion. Is there a
I'd
second?
like to speak on the main motion.
Sure.
Yeah, I seconded, right?
Did you second it?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. You want to speak to it a moment?
I understand where the substitute motion is coming from, but I would like to stick to the main motion and leave the issue of discussing the air conditioning unit, because there's been more than one suggestion made, up to the neighbors to work it out. So,
Agreed, and more importantly, I think saying that it needs to be in the back or such doesn't necessarily mean that you have less sound.
right.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Okay,
So will you guys be in agreement to work it out?
All right, so we have a motion, we have a second, clerk?
Who seconded the motion?
Me.
Thank you.
This tree commissioner.
The motion was made by Commissioner Biagini, seconded by Commissioner Wang to adopt the resolution to affirm the decision of the Development Review Officer. Go ahead and cast your vote, please. I'm waiting for 2 votes, Botnar and Crutchlow.
Yep, you're going to have to wait a second.
Okay, that's fine. Just want to let you
Sorry.
know. You can think, that's fine. Looks like the motion did pass.
Okay. 3 to 4.
Okay, the motion passed.
Doesn't
Thank you.
Meet the majority, simple majority, correct?
That is accurate.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Okay, so again, thank you for your time and for your presentations and such. Please talk to each other.
Yeah, just work it out.
And you can still appeal? Okay. So please, I want everybody to try and get together here. And we try and serve you. We're not trying to serve our own interests in any way, shape, or form. Our pledge is to do what's best for the community. So please, please try and see if there are things you can work together that everybody can be happy with what they've got. It's a compromise. Thank you. All right, are we back to normal now? We can go back to the normal sequence of events? Awesome, thank you. Where are we here? Clerk, what's the next item on the agenda?
Announcements and other items?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that, please?
Announcements and other items?
All right, announcements and other items, please.
Leslie, do you have anything for this item?
I do not have anything under announcements.
So none?
Okay, we're on to the travel and training reports, requests to attend trainings. I'm not aware of any requests. I did send an email to the commission after our last meeting about the upcoming APA conference. I'm sorry, I don't have it in front of me, but you received an email. No one responded requesting to attend.
This is the one in October?
No, I'm sorry, I don't have it in front of me, but you do have the email. It is, does anyone remember where it is? Detroit, I think? Was it Detroit?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, it just didn't sound right. Detroit. Yeah, that's the APA conference. The California APA conference is in October.
October, yes?
October,
The
first week of
California
October.
APA, correct. This is the national APA. So anyhow, that is that. Just giving you an update on that.
Can I jump in on that just for a second?
Yeah, absolutely.
And travel. I would like to request, I don't require, but I'd like to request if anyone would like to take my spot at the State of the Valley meeting on February 27th. It would be helpful because it turns out my wife is having surgery on February 26th, and I need to be home and available to help her during the recovery process. So that's a chunk of time that I'm not sure I should be away.
Well, that's already been handled because after our last meeting, we only have 2 commissioners that are attending, and I have processed a refund for the other tickets. And commissioners were sent an email with all that information also.
So it canceled out from under me, and I didn't even pay attention.
Not from underneath you. The email was sent to you, and it was a decision made at the last planning commission meeting.
Okay,
Yeah.
I guess I was not awake.
What'd you say?
I must not have been awake. Thank you for.
Could have been.
Commissioner, I think you did bring it up
Could
last
have
time.
been, I don't know.
Oh, I did, okay.
I think you did.
I can't keep it up.
It's okay.
All right, thank
So
you.
it's all been taken care of.
All right,
As far as the budget update, basically your budget is at the same balance that it was last month, a balance of approximately $15,700. Okay, and now we're on to upcoming agenda items.
Upcoming agenda items. I actually don't have anything exciting for you. I know you were supposed to have a study session with our esteemed city attorney. However, unfortunately, he did need to postpone again. So I do not have a date for that, and that was on the charter review process, so apologies to all of you. Our next meeting is March 11th, and as of right now, I do not have any agenda items. So we'll keep you all posted should I get some agenda items for you. Well, we'll see if we can get the study session for March 11th, but I do need to confirm with our city attorney.
Does anybody have any study sessions they can think of they would like to?
Yeah. Let me know.
All right. That next, city council
City
action?
council action items. So since your last meeting, the council at their January 27th meeting, they did hear the item on the Mills Act contract terminations. During their deliberations, they made a motion to continue the item to March 10th to give both of the property owners one more chance to come into compliance with their Mills Acts. And then on February 10th, which was just yesterday, the council did discuss reinstating the boards and commissions dinners that were previously held, and they did vote to reinstate those as well as add an annual recognition dinner. So more to come on those. And that is all I have to report. And I heard the word pizza mentioned, but I think that was in jest. But I don't know. I think we did have pizza once.
They did, yes, they did.
We cannot use the word dinner and pizza together.
Pizza is not dinner.
I'm sorry.
Chair,
In-N-Out Burger. Yeah, well, In-N-Out Burger, okay. Through the chair.
quickly, Chair, thanks. Quite some time ago, we had a joint session studying the impact of data centers. Has there been anything that has come out from the staff in terms of policy or any progress along those lines?
There has not, and we have had no data center applications in quite some time.
Would you like one?
Thanks.
I declined to
Okay,
answer that
so,
question.
A point of interest for that, the state of Florida has legislation now going on regarding data centers and costs that they want to basically say, look, you can't have residents subsidize any of your costs. Might be interesting to take a look at or, ask our council, who just loves nothing better to do than review those kinds of things. So, and that might be an interesting update for us at some point to look at. So I think it would be applicable. Yes, ma'am.
Can I just add, we shouldn't adjourn without recognizing that we just had one of the best Super Bowl events in our city. A party, but, at least give ourselves credit. We made it to the world stage, and we made it to, thank you, city. And thank you to, of course, we
Well,
had.
I would have a little disagreement there because the city of San Francisco made a lot of money. The city of San Jose made a lot of money.
Interesting.
And we did not make as much, but I will say one thing that I'm really happy about is the city council did an excellent job of trying to ensure safety.
Yes.
Especially regarding ice and such.
Yes.
And they were under the, I don't want to say under the gun, that's not a good thing to say, but they were definitely under a
Under the
lot of
radar.
pressure, and I think they performed very well, and I thank them for that.
Here, here.
All facilities,
Yes.
all departments.
And now we just have FIFA to look for.
Yeah, one down, one to go.
Don't worry, not too many people are going to show up for that.
Oh,
Yeah,
come on.
right, okay.
But thank you, staff,
Staff,
for everything.
are we good with city council actions?
Yes, that is all I have. Thank
Okay,
you.
then I shall move to adjourn.
So move
Good,
second.
the
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.
Closed.
Thank you.
Yeah, soccer fans don't get as excited